Roseann here, and I really wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Get Unstuck Summit. It's coming up in 2 days, and I know everyone's busy. I know everyone's got a lot going on, and I just really want to make sure that people know about why they should be signing up for this free summit. Yes, it's free. Everybody knows I'm on a mission to change the way we view and treat children's mental health. And myself and these amazing speakers are here to give you tips, tools, and things that you can start doing today. And we are really overwhelmed. And guess what? It's a bit of a shit show for our kids right now, and it has been for a while. The pandemic is worsening things, and we really should be concerned about the long term mental health impact of our kids. We know through survey research that's been done here in the States, in Asia, and in Europe that we're already seeing kids are more depressed, more anxious. No surprise, right? This pandemic has been just a wallop in so many ways. And we as parents are very overwhelmed. We are tired. We are looking forward to spring. We have hope spring's eternal for us right now. But there is going to be a long term mental health impact. And that is part of why I'm doing the Get Unstuck Parenting Summit. Long before this pandemic, kids have been struggling with anxiety, depression, OCD. I mean, I have never seen more kids in the last 2 or 3 years struggle with anxiety than I have probably in the past 10 years combined. People often ask me, what do I see in kids' mental health? What are the changes? And I'm going to say that the number one difficulty that I see with kids over this last 30 years in mental health is a absolute increase in a lack of coping skills. Yeah, kids today don't know how to manage stress. They are very easily uncomfortable when things don't go their way, or they get a bad grade, or they have friendship issues. And yet there's just a lot more issues that our kids are facing today, for sure. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they were talking about, as a young adult, and they were talking about how they felt robbed in their teenage years and young adult life by social media, and how stressful it was for them. And I know one of our speakers, Debbie Silver, she really gives a powerful talk, and it's about how her high achieving kids developed anxiety. One child developed anxiety and another developed depression. And for one of her kids, it was really about social media and how much it had sort of eclipsed her thinking, and how when she would go to a dark place, and what they did to break free from that. And it's something that I'm hearing more and more of. And there's a delicate balance that Dr. Krista Burns and I talk about in this summit, between what's a healthy amount of media, what can you do to counter the technology drain and the tech neck in media. And we dive into a lot of topics that are really pretty powerful. And that's why it's so important to, make time for this. It's this Friday and Saturday. And for people that sign up for the VIP upgrade, we have an amazing live day with Dr. Elisa Song, Pete Wright, my friend Robin McMain, and myself. And besides that, you get thousands of dollars worth of free things that are bonuses and gifts and resources for you. But I want to talk a little bit about, some of our speakers and who we have on the summit, because it's a not miss. So whether your kid is struggling for the first time and you have concerns about just stress, we have speakers that address that. If you're a mom or a dad who's really struggling with balance and ways to kind of improve your own mental health, we have Cynthia Thurlow giving truly like everything out of her mouth is write it down. And for people that sign up for the summit, I have a free action plan for you to help get the most out of this summit. We all sign up for summits and then we're kind of like, what's going on? Well, my action plan will help you to make use out of all this information. And you know, it's really a can't miss. There is, each speaker is more incredible than the other. JJ Virgin is here, and for those of you who've been listening to her clips and watching all these clips, JJ has a powerful story of literally how she saved her son's life after being hit by a car, but also long before he had his, you know, accident where he had a 0.02 chance to live. You know, he had been struggling with mental health, and she was so generous in sharing her, you know, what she did to help him and really what made her change her belief system, which is pretty incredible. I've been talking to a lot of parents lately, and they feel out of hope. They don't really have a belief about, you know, that their kid can get better because they've been down a long road. And you know, I'm a PANS mom. The gift of being a PANS mom, oh boy, does it humble you, and does it give you real clarity of who's important in your life. The small amount of friends that I have, because people have abandoned you, because God forbid you have a kid with mental health problems, it's like you might as well have the bubonic plague. You'll have more people help you out. My girlfriend, Ellen Antone, who's a wonderful, wonderful physician, she's a PANDAS specialist. She talks about how she had spent all this time helping people in her community. Somebody would get cancer, and you know, they would show up with food. But when her daughter had PANS and OCD, nobody came around, and if somebody dropped off food, they dropped it off at her front door and didn't even ring the doorbell because people didn't know what to do. It's not contagious to have somebody with difficulty. So we talk about hard issues. We talk about OCD, PANS, PANDAS. I have some amazing speakers. But we also talk about wellness and preventative things. Dr. Lisa Song is talking about supplements, and she helps explain the science behind supplements. I mean, what's happening with our kids? Why are there genetic mutations? We have Maria Reichert Hong and Beth Lambert, who are part of Epidemic Answers, and they were so inspired by, you know, what happened, and like myself, they've really created this vision to help other parents, and that's what Epidemic Answers is all about. And you know, every speaker here is so valuable, and what they give us is truly a gift, and I just want people to believe and have hope and understand there are no limits to healing. Yes, there are no limits to healing. We limit it with our own fear and what we believe, what traditional mental health is telling us. And I'm here to tell you and show you. And that's what this summit is about. That's what my book, It's Going to Be Okay, is about. And I hope you make the time to sign up for this free summit. There really is no excuse for you not to sign up. And I ask you each to tell 5 friends about it, because it's so important. There is nothing more important than our children's mental health and the mental health of all the kids in our communities. And we need to be more concerned about mental health and grades. And I think the pandemic has shined a light on that. So I hope you join us. I truly was just so much gratitude for these amazing speakers. It is inspiring beyond description, and you're going to shed some tears, and just because it's incredible what they share. And I can't wait to get unstuck with you, and I look forward to seeing you all in the summit.